Hey, I'm Brandon Vinyard. I've owned my own real estate company here in Pensacola for over 20 years. So I'm actually the broker and owner. I'm not just an agent, and I own the company. Now, one thing I've done, and I've done for years, is help FSBOs sell their properties and save them tons of money. And that's what I believe in. So I'm going to give you one big tip if you're planning on trying to sell your house on your own, or maybe just something you really need to think about. And the first thing you need to do is, if you're going to sell your house on your own, or maybe you're already in the process of selling your house on your own, you need to decide if you're willing to pay a buyer's agent, okay? If you're willing to pay a real estate agent a commission if they bring you a buyer. Now, you're not paying a listing agent because you're selling the house on your own, so you're not going to be in the MLS, but you need to determine if you're willing to pay a buyer's agent commission if they bring you a buyer. If not, I can tell you, you are weeding your buyer pool down tremendously. A majority of all qualified buyers are going to be working with a real estate professional. That's just a fact. And if you choose not to have an agent or not to pay a buyer's agent, then your window of potential buyers is going to be very small. And with this market declining, or let me just say slowing down somewhat, then it's going to be tougher to find that buyer. So my first suggestion is determine if you're willing to pay a commission or not. Now, the average commission, and there's nothing set in stone unless the company has some policy about what they want to charge, but there's no set policy or anything set in stone when it comes to real estate commissions on what has to be paid. The average in our area is anywhere between 5 and 6%. That's what I would say is more or less average. So if you're going to pay a buyer's agent, you need to be thinking, what are you willing to pay them? And I can tell you, anything below 2.5% for not having a listing agent, just a buyer's agent, is going to be tough. And the fact is, a majority of all the real estate agents out there are not going to want to work in between a buyer and a seller and basically be helping both parties in the middle for only, half the commission. And it's not only the amount of work, but it's the amount of liability. And honestly, you're dealing with so many different people and personalities, it's not easy at times to juggle both sides. So you're going to find a lot of agents, they're going to look over and not try to promote a FSBO because they don't want to work on both sides. They would much rather have a listing agent that's going to help with the transaction, that's going to talk to you and deal with you as a seller. So not offering commission can really be the kiss of death. Now, on Zillow, I see a lot of people offering, 2% in the house, let's say is, under $200,000. Like I said, you're going to weed out agents. Now, it's just human nature and the way the business is, but so many of them are going to bypass your property. So my first suggestion is, if you don't really want to pay a full commission and have an agent help you on the listing side and you want to save money, at least offer buyer's agents 2.5 to 3% commission, at least. That way, you stand a much better chance of getting an agent to bring a buyer to your property. But just remember, if you choose not to, you're just declining your buyer pool tremendously, and it's going to hurt the sale of your home. Okay, hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be glad to answer. And by the way, I have a very unique special program I do for FSBOs. I can really slash commissions, and I don't really concern myself with the amount of percentage. It's all about the size of the check that I care about. So I'm not traditional when it comes to that. I can do it less than anyone else because, number one, I am my own broker owner. I don't have an agent split, okay? I don't have an 80-20, 70-30, 60-40. All my checks go into my company. They don't get split. And secondly, I've got very little overhead, okay? I don't have a big office anymore. I don't have any of that stuff. I've downsized, so I can pass those savings along to clients, which I don't mind doing at all, and it makes sense. So if you have any questions and you want some help and you want to get your house on the market, remember, there's over 3,000 licensed agents in the Pensacola area alone, okay? There's more than that, and that's just Pensacola. That's not including the Emerald Coast or Navarre MLS, which a lot of agents will sell Pensacola properties. So getting your house on MLS is going to get it before tens of thousands of people and buyers. Plus, it's going to get syndicated more on the internet than you can ever imagine that you can do on your own as a FSBO. The problem is, you just cannot get the property in front of enough people doing it by yourself. Anyway, have a great day. I appreciate it. Thanks.